Hello, and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities Tarot. My name's Rochelle, and I am doing an unbirthday reading for Taurus today. Um, in case you hadn't seen the other videos that I made, um, I, when I switched over to recording videos, I completely forgot about doing birthday bonus readings. And so I am working my way back to make up for what I forgot. And so and the whole unbirthday thing is when I was a kid, um I would go visit my grandparents in the summer, and they would throw me an unbirthday party. um so I am extending the same to you, Taurus. Happy unbirthday. Um, and the beauty of an unbirthday is it can happen all year long. So, um, weirdly, I got a crazy sneeze attack just before I went on. So, and that doesn't normally happen. So I'm a little sniffly. Just gonna make do. I just put some prosperity dust on the table, and what am I doing? Yeah, I'm gonna start. Oh, I want to start and pick a couple of angel cards. We've got relaxation. That's an angel in a hammock. Trust. Aw, angel and a unicorn. Yay. Relaxation and trust. I like that. Okay, so excuse me, elemental oracle to begin. So we've got voice and speaking your word. All right, letting it out. 25. Fire and ignition. Number 8. Ooh, it's like you're speaking something into being. You're singing something into being because she's coming out of a gramophone here. Magic and alchemy. 43. 2 7s so far. 7 8 7. Yeah, you're creating something here. You're feeling inspired. Something about speaking your word is really getting you revved up with this ignition and fire, and um, you either already have an ability to work with energy, with this alchemy and magic, or this is a part of what's coming online as you start something using your voice. Magic voice, magic hands. I don't know. Let's just keep going and see what else comes out. I'm going with the Queen of the Moon Oracle. I tried adding more light. I think it's better. I don't know. Lighting is still weird. Creation, 39. We've got blueprints here. Yeah. Yep, you're creating something. You're bringing something into existence. Like I said, through the power of your voice. Resilience, 21. Both of these are 3s. Creation, resilience. You're like willing and able to go the distance. To it feels like this could be like a labor of love, passion project, something like that. And then we have nourishment, number 7. So another 7, that makes 3 sevens now. You are working towards, okay, so we have a giant egg here. And there's all of this nourishment that's available to you as something is growing. Whatever you need, your needs are taken care of. There's a surplus. Um, because of doing something like pushing through, giving your all to something, it's making you resilient, and then you get this payoff. You get this, it's like you build something and you're creating it, and you're being all your needs are being provided for. Provided, yeah. So going with the Enchanted Map Oracle. Mountain, number 6. Metamorphosis, 25, another 7. Yeah, 7 is an important number here for you. It's a very spiritual number. It's also about introspection and forging ahead, or beginning to. Kind of aligns with this ignition and fire. There's definitely something that you are transforming. Whatever you're creating is a part of the transformation. Dragon's Lair, 19. Okay, so you have this mountain and resilience align because you're having to be strategic about the direction that you take. You're carrying this heavy burden. You can't just, take the quick route to the top. You have to find your way around, find the proper footholds, find some way to get up the mountain with while carrying some burden. So there's a big thing that it could feel like a lot, but the process of working through, working around, overcoming some kind of obstacle, just, you know, sheer will and grit is getting you to where you need to go. And this is a part of this metamorphosis, because the process is changing you. It's helping you to understand how strong you actually are, how resilient you actually are. You're building up this tough, I can do it kind of attitude. And with Dragon's Lair, it's something about needing to be cautious. Let me look in the book, actually, because Dragon's Lair is like, if you're gonna go somewhere, you need to be very intentional. You need to be, cautious, careful. And I open right to it. You are always protected and divinely directed. You have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. You're about to enter dangerous territory, so tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. The path you're on now is one that will challenge you to the core. Yeah, see? You are being challenged to the core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating, like the danger you feel before you enter a new relationship, knowing that you'll be changed forever. A life lived fully isn't lived only in safety. A new experience is calling to you, one that will test your courage. Yeah, this there's something that is growing. It's a new experience. It's something that is um, right right on the edge of coming into being. Okay, so you're putting all this energy and effort into it. And then, okay, and so then I'm going to read these another way. So then we have voice, creation, and mountain. So here, once again, you are speaking something into being. You're calling something forth. You are hmm, it's like you're unleashing some part of yourself that maybe was holding you back before, or somehow you're, like I said, I keep feeling like speaking something into being, and you're getting some kind of idea here. You're drawing, drawing up the blueprints, kind of mapping out what you want to do, and then you're going for it. You're going on this journey, and there's there's a lot that you have to deal with. There's a lot you need to overcome, but you are, like I said, if it's a labor of love, maybe it can have to do with music or something, but it's like it's something that is so meaningful to you that you're just like, I'm going to make this happen no matter what. It's a part of, it could be a part of your purpose, or you have this drive to do something, because then we have this ignition and fire, resilience, and metamorphosis. And see, once again, you you start up that engine, and then you start going, and you're like, okay, this is, you know we're going the long haul. We're towing something. I've got a heavy load to carry, but it is transforming you. Think of like, a journey where you decide to get in shape, for example. And when you start out, you're like, oh my God, this is so hard. I can barely lift any weight, or I can barely, walk a mile, or, whatever. But through the process, you get stronger. You're able to increase what you can handle. And that's a part of the metamorphosis. And recognizing your own resilience. And we've got some geese confirmation here. So then we have magic and alchemy, nourishment, and dragon's lair. So, this feels like you have the ability to work with energy to um, manifest what it is that you want. And and you want to be cautious because you are going into unknown territory. So it's not about slowing down or stopping. It's just about being aware of what's around you. Kind of thinking, two or three steps ahead at least, just kind of keeping your eye out, being being a defensive driver. So you're like, okay, what are other people around me doing? What obstacles are around me? What might I need to um, maneuver around, or quickly pivot, um, or go on some detour or something? It's just, you are being provided for, because it's like a divine journey. It's almost like your destiny or something. It feels very, with this magic here especially, it feels like you've got these magic hands. You've got this ability to work with the energies, and yeah, you're bringing something into being, and it's going to change your life. It's going to change your life in a major way. So much like having, if you've either had kids, or people who've had kids, that a new being coming into someone's life a little baby, it changes everything, like on levels you can't even imagine, especially if you've been a parent. You understand this. Or if you are a parent. Um, so anyway, so let's keep going. I keep being drawn to this relaxation and trust here because I feel like there's a reward with this relaxation. It could be a reward for hard work well done. It could be where you're learning how to pace yourself. You can't go the distance and carry the burden and the load without taking breaks and resting here and there. So it may be allowing yourself relaxation time, time to rest, but always with the goal in mind of, or the, yeah, reaching the goal and trusting that you are on you are divinely led. Um so let me get some cards from the numerology deck. Health 71. Okay. Yeah. Adventure 55, one of my favorite words. Mhm. Hang on, get some water. I feel like this is speaking to, well, okay, so the first thing I got is your health is improving. Ugh, and we've got manifestation. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, okay, so this could be where your health is improving as you go on some kind of adventure. It speaks to this resilience, and the adventure is allowing you to manifest what it is that you want in your life. This can also be where maybe your health was compromised for some reason. Going back to what I said about, like, say you want to get into shape and you start going to the gym and you haven't been in a long time, and it's really hard at first, and you're doing it because you know that your health needs some kind of attention, needs some kind of improvement, and so you go on this adventure because of this. Either way, your health is going to improve. Hey, there's Mojo Tarot. Good morning. Yeah, where is Redbeard? Here, he's not here for his unbirthday reading. Okay. Well, so um just looking to see. There's more. There's so much more. Nope. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go with the Spirit Animal Oracle. Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. 44. Yes. Yes, that's exactly what you're doing with this resilience, reclaiming your power through your health. Health is, I mean, good health is so underrated. I feel like so many people live a life in a kind of a neutral, it's not even neutral zone, like not feeling very good, but humans are so adaptable that they just kind of get used to it and they're like, oh, I'll just take a pill for it or something. And it's like true health. When you actually are feeling at your in your prime, feeling that optimal energy and vibrancy, like there is that can take you really far in terms of your quality of life, not just slogging through the day, right? Trying to get through it. It's actually feeling good, feeling like, oh, okay, what can I take on next? And so I feel like there's something here about um you're taking your your through in different kinds of health. This can be physical health, also mental health, emotional health, spiritual health. Butterfly spirit, transformation is beautiful. Yeah, you're transforming in a very, very significant way. And it's beautiful. And it makes me think that whatever you're doing is something that is affecting you in a very positive way. It's affecting how you look, how you show up, your energy level, because of building some kind of resilience here. And then we have porcupine spirit, time for beginner mind, 48. Um, oh, and butterfly was 11. Interesting. We're starting to have double numbers. 44, 11, 44, 55. Um, Porcupine spirit, time for beginner mind. So yeah, beginner mind speaks to the adventure, this nourishment here where something is hatching, something is growing, something new is about to start. And so a part of the caution, a part of the being aware of what's going on around you has to do with the fact that you are treading into territory that you haven't been in before. So you really want to be mindful of the steps you take. Um, and to know that you're not gonna have all the answers, much like you know parents who suddenly have a new baby and it's like there's no manual. I mean, yeah, people write books, but there's so many things about it where you're just kind of fumbling through and you don't really know. You have an idea, but things come up all the time where you're just like, oh, I never thought of this before. What do I do? And so it's really important to allow yourself to be humble and know that you're going to encounter a lot of things that, like I said, you never thought of before, that kind of come out of left field, and you're like, oh, how do I deal with this? And so, again, speaks to that resilience here. So, um, where we at? I do want to get. Oh, I know. I want to get some cards from this angel deck. The Moon, Archangel Haniel. Important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. And I think that has to do with this reclaiming your power, right? You're releasing fears. Some Wherever you were held back before, you are letting loose. You are revving your engine. You're ready to go because you're getting some kind of psychic insights. You're getting downloads from the universe, from spirit. You're realizing what you need to do to get you where you want to go, which is a part of this adventure. You've got something that you really want to overcome. It's like, climbing a mountain. People who do that, they do it because they want to. 99.9% of the time. I imagine there are people who have gone who don't, but in general. So that's 18. And then we have the Lovers, Archangel Raphael. Intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions, good health. Good health. Uh-huh. Okay, so it's come up twice now because of what it said in Dragon's Lair. You could be on the precipice of getting into some kind of relationship, potentially romantic. But it could be like, someone new comes into your life and you kind of drawn to someone and you're like, this person is interesting. I'd like to get to know them better. And that could be where this trust is coming in. Um, but carefully weigh your decisions. That lines up with this Dragon's Lair. Once again, you want to have caution. You want to come at things with a beginner's mind, being very acutely aware that you don't have all the answers. And so it's really important to take extra time to kind of suss things out. And then we have 11, strength, great inner strength, release harsh judgments, forgiveness, and compassion. Number 11, butterfly, transformation is beautiful. So part of your transformation not only has to do with the resilience and, building up some kind of strength, but also re- releasing harsh judgments of yourself and others. Because really, those judgments are coming from a place of fear, which you want to, don't let fear hold you back. And having forgiveness and compassion, again, for yourself, for others, holding the space for, things unfolding in a way you with this adventure and this beginner's mind, in a way that you just don't expect. There's something here that you just can't anticipate. You don't see it. And that's a part of the adventure. That's a part of the fun. But I know some people have a really hard time not knowing what's around the corner, even if it could be fun. And so there's and that's a part of the fear of the unknown. And you like your comforts. You like your physical things. You like knowing what is going to happen, ideally 10 steps ahead. And this is basically teaching you, like, you don't know, you won't know, you can't know. You just have to open your arms wide and allow whatever to come in, and know that you that you are divinely protected and guided. So let's see if you will be blessed by the typos with the Force Spirits Oracle. Fox Spirit, strategy. Employ the power of your vision and long-term planning to bring your ideas to life. That's right. Yeah, you are absolutely strategizing. Oh, and I'm getting a super itchy nose. This is big. Ugh, extra itchy. Hang on, I must dab. Okay, so I'm drawn to this creation. I'm drawn to this magic and alchemy. Your strategy has to do with being very intentional about your plans, your next steps, creating an outline, and then employing the power of your vision and long-term planning. Reclaim your power. That's a part of that too. Tortoise Spirit, determined. Take things slow and steady and persevere to achieve your goals and reap rewards. Yep, slow and steady, finding the proper footholds, like I said, and being determined, going the distance, persevering. Yep. Yeah, this is great. And air elemental, aspirations. Let go of your worries and soar to new heights, harnessing the boundless power of your will. We have power again. And you got blessed with a typo. So that's a big deal as well. Let go of your worries and soar to new heights. And let go of your worries speaks to release fears that hold you back, because it's time for you to soar. It's time to, as you build up this resilience, something is heavy at first, but then you're going to fly through using your will, using that, and that is a part of your power, your personal power, knowing you have the ability to get where you want to go, to create what you want. So, anything else before I close out? Yeah, yeah. I want some cards from the Gateway of Light activation. Lemurian seed codes, embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, and living with grace. Yeah, the living with grace, especially, is what you are learning to do. Living with grace means that you're able to take what comes very gracefully and pivot at a moment's notice. And much like an adventure, or what you do on an adventure, you see what happens and then you work with it in the moment. You're not trying to anticipate so many steps ahead. And embracing sensitivity is interesting too, because I feel like that's a part of what is transforming for you. What's changing is recognizing, with this beginner mind, you're maybe becoming more sensitive. Maybe you're more physically sensitive to, you know, general stimulus, light, sound, general things like that. This can also be an emotional sensitivity that, as your health improves, you are able to tap into a part of yourself that was kind of like like covered up or dumbed down or something. And this is helping you to tap into this very unique part of yourself, or this idea or this change that you're going through is making you stand out in some way, in a very unique way. And then we have Toth, Toth, Thoth, Thoth, light codes, light initiation, great teacher awakening, divine magic. So we have magic again. Yeah. And you are with great teacher awakening. I feel like that aligns with this voice speaking something into existence. Maybe you're going to, be able to teach others or speak about your journey, and teach by example. But this light initiation is, you're throwing off, like it's like a dark blanket, and you're throwing it off. You feel lighter. Things are getting brighter. You can fly where you could only walk very slowly before. um, there's there's something that's awakening in you that is very powerful. Karmic board clearing, energetic clearing, rewrite your story, live your truth. Yeah. See, you have a new truth that's coming. And if it's not here yet, it's coming. Um, you're clearing your energy, rewriting your story. It's like you're deciding to, through taking your power back, you're not living in a place of victimhood anymore. You're saying, okay, whatever is happening to me, I have some amount of control over. And what do I do? How do I exert my power, my will, boundless power of your will? Um, while still being very graceful, while allowing grace for yourself and others. You're changing your story. You're understanding why you had to go through that kind of caterpillar phase, why, you know, things fell into place the way they did or aligned in a certain way. And now that you're going through this metamorphosis, you're like, oh, okay, not holding on to the fear, not holding on to what's been holding you back, which has basically been your own self. And so now you're really tapping into this ability to manifest. So powerfully. Powerfully. Okay, I'm gonna close this out. Let me finish with Beyond Lemuria. Beyond Lemuria Oracle. Glasses for this one. Okay, full spectrum. Oh wait. So we've got this woman here with wings. Yeah, we got wings here. All the chakras are lit up. She's on her knees on the ground. There are skulls at the bottom. So this really does speak to this metamorphosis, because there's death here, but then there's like a rising up, or transformation after something has ended. Full spectrum. Step out of the black and white mentality of good and bad. Honor the full spectrum of life and see through fresh eyes. When we judge something, we create a story around it. Rewrite your story. And often these stories are limiting. Over a lifetime, we subconsciously gather so many of these stories. Create a space of no story for miraculous healing and crystallizing new paths. Yeah, you're rewriting your story. Or, and a part of that is being like, okay, start from scratch. I don't have a story. I'm here, the butterfly coming out of the cocoon. Its story is, I just came out of the cocoon. I just made my way out of something. It was difficult, but here I am. I'm taking some time to relax and rest, and then I'm going to fly. And then I'm going to fly. She's got wings. Yeah. This space empowers us to know our truth and be all we are. Embrace creation in all her colors, including the raw, muddy, earthbound shadow parts of a situation, to determine whether your stories are limiting your perspective. Let the compost of the challenges you have overcome feed new shoots and blossoms. Yep. And once again, that is a part of this resilience. You have dealt with your fair share of challenges. And you have, or you will very soon be overcoming those challenges. And that is, it's bringing you back to life. It's bringing something to life. You are creating something that looks like it's going to be amazing. It has to do with this manifestation. You're manifesting what you want ultimately. So good on you. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, week, month, year, wherever you are. Happy unbirthday once again, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah.